Mystery writers have it hard sometimes. You can be a wonderful mystery writer and use beautiful language, and once you read a mystery book, you never read it again because you know what happened. The language is just lost. So this is in honor of the language of Howard Engel. Part 1, The Fifth Shoe, from A City Called July. 1. I woke up from a dream in which Gordon, Jeff, and Len were trying to turn me into a lasting part of a bridge abutment. They were very polite about it. 2. The house sat crookedly on the street, as though the street came by after the house had settled. The garden in front was kept from running off by a wrought iron fence. 3. Joyce C. was shorter than I was, which made me like her right away. Number 4, I have an instinct about making money that keeps me poor. On my way up the sloping alley, I saw weeds trying to make a go of it against a brick wall. 5, his head was big, dark, and I could find no sign of a neck. When he finished with my right hand, I was glad I'd broken off piano lessons at an early age. 6. It was the sort of kitchen where one dirty cup on the counter embarrassed all the clean dishes, wherever they were hiding in their knobless cupboards. 7. With a fragile smile on the corner of her mouth, she seemed to be listening in to a stereo station on Mars. By now, I was feeling like the fifth shoe under a bridal bed. 8. I sometimes think you have to have brains to be a crook. In my line of work, I just get by on what I have. Part 2, her painted smile. Number 1. It was one of those summer mornings when the telephone didn't ring and I was edgy because it kept looking like it was going to. We talked about the weather for a minute and let that hang out to dry. I made a steeple of my fingers to show I was taking it all in. I thought of shutting him up, but you never know about these things. Sometimes the first thing you find in a haystack is a needle. Number 2. Ruth looked over at me and tried on a smile for size. It didn't fit, and the color was wrong. She looked like she'd been tossed in a blanket. She was nervous, twitchy, and sloppy. We both thought of all that free money and how it would look on us for a few minutes. It made me feel like I was a real taxpayer instead of someone who had only aspirations to be one. 3. The door closed with a punctuating click behind me. The two on the outside moved around both my flanks, while my mouth tried to find something to do besides hang on its hinges. Each movement was like having your eardrums tickled with a chisel and a mallet. 4. She leaned over my bleached oak desk, trying to look tougher than she could in a pink button-down shirt with lace showing through. 5. His words sounded calm, and I knew he intended to present himself as a rational man talking to another rational man, but he didn't get the breathing right. My mental processes, if they can be called that, were keeping their thoughts to themselves. 6. I'd seen brown walls in a garage once, but never in a fancy apartment. She was wearing flamboyant mourning, black satin, black crepe, black nylons. I wondered if she'd had her Audi painted for the occasion. The ice in her glass had melted, and it looked warm and watery in her long, curved hand. 7. I was asleep, having one of those amorphous dreams where it isn't unusual to find Napoleon and Marilyn Monroe on the same football field, marking exam papers or folding laundry. 8. Savas sucked at his teeth like he thought some missing piece would come unstuck from his molars and unlock all the sealed doors in this case. 9. Give me some credit. I'm not a half-wit. Let's not quibble over fractions, Benny. 10. Her painted smile was peeling away. Thank you.